I'm getting ready to make the scraper to go around the edge of the Muller and push the sand back into the center. And this is going to be the blade that's going to go along and do that. And I'm going to mount it on this piece of pipe here. And I want it to be adjustable up and down. So I found this piece of old pipe laying around, and I'm going to use it. This just slides inside of it. So I'm going to put it on the mill, and I'm going to cut a groove down the edge here. And then, you know, I could also do it with a hacksaw, I guess, but I'm going to cut probably a 3/16 groove down the center, and then I will weld a couple of tabs on here and put a bolt so I can clamp, so it can clamp in and hold this really tight. All right, let's get that done. Okay, well, I'm pretty happy with that. It didn't kill my, pinch in and kill my end mill. Alright, we'll get some holes drilled in these tabs. I've got our two tabs on here, and I've put a bunch of washers in here and bolted it together. That'll hold it in the right orientation for me while I weld it on there. So okay, that's got our welds on there. Alright, next I want to get that little paddle that's going to scrape the edges. Weld it down. Okay, I got our paddle here that's going to scrape this side. And here's our clamp that we made. And so I'm trying to get this. I wanted to have it down in here and tack weld it so that I know I got it in the right place. So I think that's going to work pretty good. Okay, I think that's what we want. Okay, I think that's going to work pretty good. I'm going to pull this off and I'm going to get some more welds on it to make sure that it holds. I've welded a bar on right here, and I'm going to attach this to it and use it as a wiper. Actually, it's going to go like this. Use it as a wiper down there to loosen the sand from the bottom, to churn it up and throw it toward the edge. And then our other paddle will throw it back up underneath the wheel as it comes around. But anyway, I realized this cylinder right here is not keyed in any way to the shaft, and I need it to stay connected to the shaft. So I got these couple little square pieces of steel, and I'm going to weld one to the cap here and one to the cap on the other side, and that way it'll go up against this bar and key it to the shaft so that it can't turn. So okay, let me get that done. Okay, that should take care of that. Alright, so really the last thing I've got to do on this part is to somehow attach this to that, and I want to make it so I can slide it up and down. So let me figure something out on that. Okay, so I'm cutting the slots in this piece that'll allow us to adjust that wiper up and down. And so I want to do like a 1-inch slot in here, maybe a 1/2 inch, I don't know. But so I've got an end mill that's 3/16, and the bolt I'm going to use is 5/16. I don't have a 5/16 end mill, so I'm going to use this 3/16. So I'm going to have to start on this side of the groove and stop over here on this side of the groove. So I kind of did the math on it, so I hope I get it right. Alright, let's get our second slot cut. Alright, this is the top to the pressure tank that we cut off to make the Muller, and I want to cut this down a little bit to make a top to cover it. So I'm just going to take this block of wood, put a marker on there, and run a line around it, and that'll cut it off. And then I'm going to cut it off all the way around at that, and then I'm going to take this band and split it and weld it up here so that it'll make a rim to fit around the bottom part. And I'm going to cut this with the plasma cutter. I took the first line as a guide to grind off the powder coating, and so now I'm going to mark it again, and this will be my cut line. Alright, I got a clamp down here on the bottom, and going to nip this off with a plasma cutter. Alright, that's got it free. I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half. Well, not in half, but just cut a line through it. Alright, next I'm going to get this inner edge cleaned up with a grinder. Next, we're going to work on getting this attached onto here. Alright, now I'm going to take this block and use it to give me a mark. Just put a clamp over here to get started. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop some nails in here to hold it out. I think that's got it clamped. I'm going to go out there and put some spot welds on it and we'll see how it fits. Yeah, that's more what I'm looking for. Okay, I'm going to give it a few more welds around here to hold it, and then I'm going to get a handle fitted on it. Alright, there we go. That's got the lid finished. I welded a handle. This is an old handle I had laying around. I welded that off on the top. Got all this done. I didn't fill that gap in. I just don't see that it matters. I mean, it's got a little, well, that gives a little hole. I might have to cover that with something. I don't want those ladybugs getting in there. Alright, this is pretty much the finished Muller. It's got, there's the wheel, and there's the center scraper right there. And on the sides, that paddle that throws the sand to the middle. Out here, here's the trap. Flip this up, drag this drawer out, your sand will fall out. Here's the motor over here on the side. The only thing I don't have done is I don't have the switch on it. I think I'm going to put a timer on it from an old microwave, but that is pretty much it. Let me get it. Let me get a cord and we'll plug it in. All right, there it is running, and I didn't put any sand in it yet. So let's get some sand and see how she holds up. That's the belt slipping. Get a little more tension on the belt. Alright, I got the belt tightened up. Well, let's run it again. Seems to be working pretty good. The wheel's riding up on the sand a little bit, which is, you know, good. All right, let's see how see if the dump door works. See if it'll unload that sand. Yeah, I did pretty good. It pretty quickly. You can't really see because it's low light, but you see, cleaned it out pretty good. That bumping, I think, was the wheel going over the hole.